Now, I modeled when I was 18, and I'm also currently modeling now that I'm 21. And both times that I've been modeling, I've noticed there's a certain way female models treat male models. And it's not necessarily how you think. Now, the modeling industry is a very sexual industry, and I've had some interesting experiences. I'm sharing with you today. So, this is a video on how female models treat me as a male model. Let's get into it. Hey, how you doing, bro? Now, in this video, I want to share with you how female models treat me as a male model. Before I share that with you, I believe some context is important. Now, when I was 18 and this was the first time I was modeling, I wasn't the most confident young man. I was going through a lot of time and spent a lot of time in my head. Now, as I'm modeling now, I'm a lot more confident. I've improved in the attraction department. I'm a better overall man. So that's the context I want to give you before we get into it, because I believe that's important when we're talking about my experience as a male model in regards to how female models have treated me. Also, before we get into how female models have treated me, I believe context is important when it comes to the modeling industry. A lot of these men can be perceived by females to be sassy, feminine, and not really men. What I've personally seen, these male models, they can be sassy, they can be feminine, and they can come across like they're not men. Now, obviously they are men, but they don't really act like that 24/7 from what I've seen. They can be more on the feminine side. So I do believe that is important, because how these females treat these men is going to be based on their preconceived notions when it comes to these men. So, for my personal viewing and what I've seen, yes, these men can be sassy. I'm not going to make this a race thing, but I don't typically see the black guys being sassy. The black guys I've come across in the modeling industry were Muslim, and some of them were Christian. I haven't seen them. There's actually this one guy who he had a shoot with this brand, and we were downstairs in the agency, and we was talking about his shoot that he had with the brand, and he said that they tried to make him wear a certain piece of clothing, but because it had satanic symbolism on it, he rejected it. And a lot of guys who would be in his position would take that opportunity. So the black guys that I've seen, they do come across more masculine. Now, I'm not saying there's a racial thing going on. I'm just saying from what I've seen. Even me personally. And guys, I'm going to share a story with you that, honestly, I haven't even shared with my family. I haven't shared with my mother, brother, nobody. This has actually stayed with me, but I'm going to open up and share it with you guys here. I was going to model in Leicester. I believe it's Leicester. I believe it was Leicester. I will correct myself if it wasn't Leicester. I was going to model in Leicester, and it was smooth. The vibe was good. Everyone was just on a good vibration. I couldn't complain. I'm around good-looking women. They're touching all on my body, trying the clothes. Everything is going good. No complaints. Now, as the shoot was winding down, we've taken the pictures. The pictures look good. Everyone's praising me. That's how it is on the set a lot of times. You just have a bunch of women praising you. You're doing good, you look great, all of that. So as the shoot was winding down, I seen this one guy, and straight off the bat, I knew he was one of those. I knew he wasn't playing for the same team I'm playing for. He wasn't trying to shoot at the same basket I'm trying to shoot for. So I seen this guy wearing essentially a dress. It wasn't a complete dress, but he was wearing something flamboyant. Let's just say that. He was expressing himself. We'll say that, right? He was expressing himself. But it just wasn't the way I would express myself. Now, as soon as he walked in with a dress. Now, I was already suspicious. I was looking at it like, no way. Do you want me to be honest how I was actually thinking? I was thinking, no way these white folks are going to try to put this dress on me, bro. No way. So, essentially, that's what I was thinking. Now, what did they end up doing? Eventually, they ended up trying to put the dress on me. Now, guys, do I look like the type of guy who's going to put on a dress? No. So, I wasn't having it. I immediately called up my agency, and I let them know this is not happening. So, I wanted to share that story with you. And before I even get onto that, moving forward from that, I felt it was so weird. Like I was kind of angry in a sense, but I was understanding as well because it is the modeling industry. I was just more so angry that they didn't tell me beforehand so they can get a model who would wear something like that. Not angry, like furious, but like more so disappointed. I guess that's a better word to use. Disappointed. Like, why would you not tell me about this beforehand? Now I've had to cancel this, and now I'm the bad guy who didn't fulfill the shoot. And the reason I say that is to say, within a couple days they were able to get another male model like that. So a guy who's willing to go and wear a dress like that, it shows you a lot about the men in the modeling industry. So a lot of these men can tend to not stand on morals and principles when it comes to their sexuality. They can just be like this. So women know that as well. Women are in this industry as well. On that shoot, there was a female I was shooting with also, so there may have been a female he was shooting with too. I think he went there on his own, but I think there was a female that was doing a second day of shooting there as well. So these females are seeing stuff like this. They're seeing men put on dresses, etc. So they look at them a lot of the times like, one, you're swinging for that team, you're not straight. Or, and this one here, I'm sure a lot of you guys will relate to this, and let me know in the comment section down below if you do. They will look at you like, if you're not on the sassy side, they'll look at you like, this guy probably has a girl he's dealing with already. It's almost like the handsome curse. They think everybody is sleeping with you to the point where nobody sleeps with you. They think everybody's sleeping with you to the point nobody sleeps with you. Now, in regards to how women treat male models, I will say this: the modeling industry, and to anybody, the modeling industry, let me finish that off. The modeling industry can be a very sexual industry. And to any male models, let me know if you agree with that also. For example, just walking into some of the toilets and you see some of the art, it's a very sexual environment, and you can tell that off the bat. When I was 18 and I was with an agency in my home city, I went to London to try out for another agency. Not to move agencies, but just to have an agency in London also. And I was greeted by older women who were doing my casting, and they were just very sexual. Now you can understand because they compliment you on your look, so you can understand where they're coming from, because they're just trying to boost your morale as a model, but it can come across like it's real sexual. And I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some young male models out here having sex with a lot of these older women in these agencies and in the industry. Because some of the way some of these older women treat you as a male model, I just think to myself sometimes, if I was to try it with her, would she let it slide? And I think she would. You know, that's the conclusion I always end up coming to. So it's a very sexual industry, not just for the females, for the male too. I remember when I was 18 and I was with my first agency, I was greeted by this guy, and you can just tell, like, we're not playing for the same team, right? So it's a sexual industry. I'm just gonna say that. So you have to understand that too when it comes to how female models treat male models. With the older women, they're very sexual. I will say that personally. Now, have I hit any older women within the modeling industry? Not yet. Not yet. Let me just say that, not yet. But I wouldn't be surprised if I heard a story or some guy texting my phone saying, you won't believe this guy hit this woman or had sex with her. I wouldn't be surprised. And within the modeling industry too, they do promote some OnlyFans creators. I was surprised when I see that, because the modeling industry is very professional, and this agency that I'm at is a well-renowned agency. So when I seen on their Instagram page there was an OnlyFans creator, she has hundreds of thousands of followers, so she's not someone small. When I seen that, I was like, wait, damn, we damn near slipping into that territory, that type of modeling, if you want to call it that. So I was a bit surprised, but I want to let you know that just so you can know it's a very sexual industry. I'm pretty sure I heard something like, it was in Russia, I believe, there was a case of a woman who died, and she actually unalived herself, and They speculated that she was going through so much mentally because there was these mob bosses who used to go to these modeling agencies and basically take the women from the modeling agencies and use them for parties and just to fill in the environment. So there were speculations that she was into activities that she shouldn't have been into. I want to say that just so you can know, the modeling industry isn't always clean cut. The modeling industry is not always clean cut. I'm pretty sure as well there's some women who've gone from the modeling industry into adult entertainment. So it's not the most clean cut industry if you really look at some of the dark side of the industry. So overall, I would say the way female models treat male models, it's okay. It's okay. They're not treating you like a king. They're also not treating you bad. They're quite closed off. You will meet some female models who are really beautiful women, and that's one thing I love about the modeling industry. You see some of the most beautiful women, because you see some of the most beautiful women because it's the modeling industry. I'm gonna be completely honest. A lot of women nowadays just stop taking care of themselves, and I don't like it. I like seeing beautiful women. Women, if you're listening to this, please keep taking care of yourself. There's men out here who appreciate that, because I'm seeing a lot of these women, and bro, I can't lie, bro. Nowadays, I'm seeing the women be bigger than the men, bro. What's going on? I remember growing up, the men always used to be bigger than the women, but it's kind of reversing now. Women, come on now. We want to see you beautiful and shining. We don't want to see you looking like a plate cleaner. So guys, you literally see some of the most beautiful women, and they won't act like they're some of the most beautiful women in terms of the way they carry themselves. Beautiful women who know how to have a conversation, open-minded people. They're not too egotistical. But then you will see some beautiful women who can't have a conversation, very closed off, or not opening up to anybody in the room. So it depends. It really does depend. Now, guys, I appreciate every single one of you for watching this video and making it to the end. If you did, shout out to you. I appreciate you. Let me know in the comment section down below as well if you did make it to the end. Now, if you would like to see more stuff about the modeling industry and what goes on behind the scenes, let me know and I will bring that to you, because it's a very interesting industry. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'm out.